Hey, what's up, everyone? You are watching or listening to the My Comic Book Journey podcast. I'm your host, KNDY. And for today's episode, we will be talking about The Incredible Hulk issue 333. And this one is by Peter David and also penciler Todd McFarlane. Inker is Pablo Marcos, colorist is Petra Scotese, letterer is Rick Parker, and the editors at the time were Bob Harras and Bobbie Chase. Okay, so what happens in this issue? Well, in this issue, we kind of got two storylines going on. One, or possibly three. One is Rick Jones, happy that perhaps the Grey Hulk may have saved him. What the Grey Hulk ended up doing is transferring that gamma power from Rick Jones to what is his name again? Because the leader pretty much transferring him to that character. And so while we don't know what happened to the leader, the Grey Hulk is kind of pissed because while he was fighting and fighting with Rick Jones and messing with the gamma hardware, he ended up trashing it. So now he knows that Bruce Banner is coming back, and he just because of because I guess sunlight, or is it when it gets dark, sunset, he pretty much feels that he'll do whatever he can so he does not revert back to Dr. Bruce Banner. So you have that storyline. And then you have this other storyline that follows a woman that is often abused. Her name is Blair White, and she is a wife who has been physically abused by her husband. So it's a domestic violence issue. Her husband happens to be the town's sheriff, or the city's sheriff, and he rules everything with the iron fist. And she looks back at her life of how she was happy, she fell in love with him, they were together, but somehow along the way, when she couldn't have children, he became very mean to her and started beating her. And it shows her with a black eye, and she gets a gun and about to shoot him, but there's no bullets, and he smacks her again. So you're like, oh, where's the storyline going to? And what does this have to do with the Incredible Hulk and the other characters? And you just find out that I guess you could say that Bruce Banner was caught by this sheriff, Mike White, put in a holding cell, and this guy is so mean that he even almost tries to break Bruce Banner's arm, and that pain pretty much makes him turn into the Incredible Hulk, the Grey Hulk. And you'll see how the Grey Hulk pretty much takes care of this Mike White, the sheriff. So for the most part, it's an interesting storyline because you don't usually read about domestic violence characters that are involved in domestic violence. I mean, it has happened before. If I recall, with the Avengers and the Wasp and Ant-Man, or yeah, well, he became Yellow Jacket at the time, right? But for the most part, this is probably one of the few instances where you had a female character, non-superhero, who pretty much wants to kill her husband, and you got to read the rest of the storyline. It's something that is rather interesting because it's still within that comic code authority, but at the same time, that Peter David was up to something interesting. Oh, by the way, Ramon Morales is back. Ramon, the person who claims to be Betty Banner's true husband. And because she is now a person who's had enough of Bruce and his antics of trying to be the Hulk, sick and tired of Rick Jones trying to defend Bruce Banner. She's sick and tired of Bruce and the whole Hulk thing. She's over it. So now, with Ramon calling and her not wanting to see him, all of a sudden she wants to see him. So where is that going to lead? So I think you have to pretty much hold out and wait for issue 334. But for the most part, this issue, definitely read to see what happens with the Grey Hulk. And I think that is pretty much it. So, okay, everyone, you all take care, and I will see you later. Wink, wink, and take care, everyone. Bye bye.